Oh, this place close. This place looks like. Oh, actually, that looked like the place that.
No, that was under a cliff face. If you're thinking what I was thinking. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Lessons, and we are back with another episode of Modao Zu Shi. We are on, I guess technically episode 24, but also episode 1 of season 3. I do not have the Chinese opening and ending available for us at the moment, so hopefully next time we record, we'll have that to compare against what we're going to see here, which is probably going to be the Crunchyroll version of the opening, which is the Japanese opening to the show. Even though we're watching, well, I'm recording this because I'm watching it with the Chinese audio.
Yeah.
Lessons can do whatever he wants. His side is not recorded.
No. I chose to use the Chinese as well. It's kind of weird because, trust me, this would get even weirder if I'm doing, say, English and doing Japanese or Japanese or Chinese, because it was like, oh, he said
there's
that.
no
No, wait a
English.
minute. I'm using other shows as an example, right? That many times we watch in Japanese, but they do have English.
I don't know.
Translations.
Remember when I was watching with Ray from our Nights, Record of Lotus War.
Yeah.
Not Record of the. For some reason, it's Record of Lotus War.
Oh, Lotus War. Yeah.
He was watching it in English, and I was watching it in Japanese.
I saw it in Japanese originally, and I would not go back to the English.
Well, I mean, we got so many episodes in, and apparently I remember having a conversation about us both watching in Japanese, but he didn't. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because again, your side's not being recorded, my side is. Hell, technically, I have the know-how. I could watch this in whatever language and then edit it to be in whatever language I want.
Yeah. But I like to stick, at least in the first watch through. I've been doing the thing, especially when watch shows like Gundam, where the second time I do watch it in English, but that's the second time around.
As I said before, both do that. So here, the only option is watching it in Chinese and then watching it in Japanese if I wanted. There's no point in that. So when I rewatch this one to take my notes, I rewatch it in Chinese as well. The only reason I would ever change the audio would be to watch it in English to see what I would get from the emotionality and tone, I would say, understanding of my own native language. Yeah, but without that, I don't get that from Japanese already, so there's no point going that way.
I like to, I mean, I'm not saying that I'm learning them. Well, that too, but I like to listen to it in the original language just to get my ears sort of trained on how it sounds, even though I clearly do not understand the language per se. Because because in the past, especially when you have something that's Chinese, or like, because I'm not used to listening to Chinese, I would actually use the Japanese because I'm more used to listening Japanese. But I think that's not fair to the people who made this if it originally was in Chinese, right? I think you still get a little bit more meaning for me to hear it in the original language, even if that language barrier is very much there, because the way people pronounce things, enunciate, the animation is done, especially the lip syncing is done around that language. So yeah,
as I said, I disagree. I get more from English. However, the characters' voices are probably the Chinese. So the element is that's who made them. That's their original voice actors, whatnot. So that's what their voices should sound like. If I want the emotionality, tone, etc., I get that from English, but there's no English here, so it doesn't matter. But the element being that I understand when people are saying a thing in my own native language, so I get the emotionality behind it when they cry, say like mother, whatever. Something happens and they release a cry that has words in it. I get that more versus what just sounds to be someone crying with nondescript. Sometimes words don't sound like words in a foreign language, right? If you're crying and sobbing out words, you could just be having a weird cry. I don't know.
Ugly cry. Almost like it's a foreign language, yeah. Or to you, or to me in this case as well.
Yes, that's what they say. Emotion is a foreign language.
You can have the say you get kicked in the nuts, and then like, oops. Yeah, then it doesn't matter a language. Yeah, you're gonna. I
was just evoking Kirigamato the other day. I don't think it was one of us. I don't think it was one of things we were recording. Just the element of I hate plot armor shows, and I was using Kirigamato as an example. Plot armor, specifically the cockpit explosion thing.
Oh yeah,
that's the most egregious example of it. Because it melted the cockpit, yet he was fine, and ejected across the island for us to then see him transported to space. And he wakes up in the space. It's like the entire time unconscious. I don't know. I hate it.
Space is a place, yeah.
I hate it because if there's supposed to be any sort of tension, plot armor is the immediate defeat of tension. You might as well be like DC Comics, right? Or any comic book where people die and they come back to life. The revolving door of death that is comic books. I have no tension. I mean, unless you're going to pull, and I don't think you could do this in the modern age, unless you're going to pull Hal Jordan, dead for 30 years, then came back, no one would have the confidence that their industry was going to exist for another 30 years to keep someone dead for that long.
That was what happened to Bucky. There was one character supposedly they were never going to bring back, and they did in Marvel. That and DC Karate Kid. Which
Sorry,
is not
I
the
said
one
Hal Jordan. I meant Barry Allen.
Barry Allen.
Barry Allen sacrificed himself at the end of Infinite Crisis and then came back 30 years later as a character. That's what I'm saying. Hal Jordan. I mean, Hal Jordan had Parallax and, the destruction of Star City and all of that shit, but he didn't, go away. He was there the entire time. Barry Allen died, sacrificed his life for the multiverse, passed everything on to Wally West, and then was gone for 30 years. Yep. And not like 30 years in the story of the comics, 30 years real life. He just was not in comics for 30 years.
Yep.
He was dead. Yep. As I said, I can't. You imagine the MCU kills anybody. I mean, how long was yeah, everyone's. I suddenly remembered every DC Comics character's name. Exactly, I can't pull out actors' names. No, guy played Tony Stark.
Yeah,
Robert Downey Jr. Yeah. Tony Stark dead for what, 3-4 years? He's already now playing Doctor Doom.
Yeah,
and I believe it's just going to be a multiverse version of Tony Stark or some shit.
Yeah,
they're changing Doctor Doom's backstory to get Robert Downey Jr. back. Which, I mean, fair enough. Good on him. He was an unreliable actor that was on drugs, who was never going to be able to act again, and then fucking turned it all around. So good on him. I mean, I loved him back in Heart and Soul. Was it Heart and Soul?
Oh.
There was the one where they all died in a bus accident, and he was like a baby that was like in a nearby car that was being born. So they all, like, all the souls, the people that died in the bus accident, like, attached themselves to him. And so he has like a fifth element, like he can see them all the time. And they don't know that they're still around because they're supposed to be like getting the last thing done that they were supposed to do. So like a bus driver from heaven shows up to pick them up. It's like, what do you mean? You've been on Earth for like 30 years and you haven't done the thing you're supposed to do yet? So they have to convince Robert Downey Jr., the grown-up version of that baby, to go around and do all the things. Like, one of them is a thief and he has to return the stamps that he stole from some kid that were really valuable. Another one wanted to sing on stage or something like that. Just a bunch of them. Heart and Soul. I think it's Heart and Soul or something like that. I think this is the first thing I saw Robert Downey Jr. in. So it's like that's the era I know him from, which would have been the era where he was famous for drug addict not showing up on time or whatever.
Well then, talking about this show though, we're setting up for the third and final season. Probably going to have a new.
Or we're not setting up for.
We are going. We're going to be seeing the third season now. And the mysteries continue, basically.
Well, we have 15 episodes left of this, and then the extras.
A total of 38 episodes, right?
35.
35. So,
I believe 12, 8, and 15.
Okay. So this is the longest season, though.
Sure, but it's shorter than the last two seasons.
So this one is 12, not 15, then.
Oh, this is 15.
So the first one was 12, then 8, then 15.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
As I said, it's shorter than the last two seasons.
Well, combined, yeah.
That's what I said. This is 15 episodes. It's shorter than 20 episodes. It goes to the math that I just previously did lessons when I said that we were we're wrapping up or whatever. The element that we're closer to the end than the beginning.
True. But when you talk about comparing seasons, you don't lump up the other seasons together. You're like first season,
You do when they're
season.
so lopsided. 12, 18, 12, 8, rather. Or if you want to compare One Piece seasons, 1,200 and something, and then next season's going to be 12?
Yeah, let's not do that.
I mean, that's what One Piece is now, which I guess makes it different from Detective Conan, which is still just regular going the way it's always been going, as I think the number 2 longest running show of its kind. Because the thing is, when you're comparing longest running shows, it's difficult to compare them to the shows that are like 5 minutes apiece, just TV shorts, or the, again, odd Saturday morning, actually for kids, cartoons in Japan that have been going since like 1960 to today.
Yeah.
So, in the span of longest running anime, I think you just like start with like One Piece, and then you go to Conan, and then I don't know.
What else? So, shall we get into it?
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
Oh. Review story.
Well, I mean, season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Although, episode 2 of season 1.
Well, first and second episode, yeah.
But yeah. This actually was the first episode. First episode was just very long. But now this is season 2. Well, yeah, it's going through every location on the map. We've kind of covered that. I wonder how long it was between seasons. So he's apologizing to Wen Ning.
Mm-hmm.
Pointed west. I legitimately, by the way, still have to talk over the openings lessons.
Yeah.
I legitimately, remember, this is the Japanese opening, though. So, this is going to be spoiler filled, not going to mean anything. Still got to talk over it. In fact, I'm not even going to look over there.
Okay.
So, this works both ways, because that's my screen is over there, plus the cameras just see me looking off camera. Shit, I can't think of what I would say. I don't know, appreciably, finding out whose arm that is going to matter.
I mean, it would help to figure it out why or who's behind this. Not why. I mean,
I know the context right now is that moving forwards, figuring out who's responsible for everything, because they seem to still be responsible for stuff that they're doing right now, versus Wei Ying's position of things that have happened, and I can't do anything about that, and I'm not going to torture myself about what's already come to pass. But the element that things are still happening kind of implies that we have to take care of it now, or we'll be torturing ourselves about things that are happening again.
Yeah.
Says Lessons, staring as hard as he can at the new opening.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's a lot there.
But don't be spoiling yourself for shit that we haven't had the opportunity to at least get one episode into. That sounds to me like the song is ending, so I'm going to turn back.
Yes. Episode 1 of 24.
24. As I said before, as we started. That's an opening made for me, who titles things both ways. You might understand, after season 2, we got a better budget.
I mean,
Call
more
that
CGI.
grass budget.
Yeah. The present or the past? Oh, the present, I think.
It's weird that we ended last season in Yi City.
Yeah.
And now we're on our way to Yi City.
看在我一路这么辛苦套你话的份上，你就不能上一次当吗？哎，就一次。
嗯
There's a fight.
A trail of blood?
Paint. I mean, honestly, if you by that point you're already dead. Like,
yeah.
So either it was a dead body being dragged, or a zombie.
Yeah. Oh, this place looks. This place looks like. Oh, actually, that looked like the place that.
No, that was under a cliff face. If you're thinking what I was thinking. What the hell's falling from the air?
Thieves?
Okay,
that
well
looked
that's
like
what
a lance.
Snaggletooth son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Could have been 2
earlier.
hours earlier in Yi City. Because otherwise, this has been pretty dramatic.
It said 2 years early.
I'm pretty sure I saw 2 hours.
哦，奇怪了，这东西怎么没反应了？昨天晚上还好好的，一到鼠洞就失了准头。
定是这附近。
That or it's where it means to be.
哦，那怕是有些棘手啊。
Oh, he said Disney princess too. Oh, okay, no. He's getting a message. I was like, this guy is also a Disney princess? What the hell?
吃人堡之事处理完毕，他们已启程返回金陵台。
We remember we can fly when it's convenient to fly.
怀桑比你我想象的要坚强，会处理好后续事宜的。
怀桑那边还好，我忧心那帮黑衣死士背后。
Not worried at all of the fact that most of those dead bodies were his own clanmen.
玄门恐有大祸。玄门大祸。依鬼手
Nice
所指，
trick.
尽快查清真相。玄门之祸或许可以规避一
I
二。
guess we have a name for this
怎么就这样
place, the cultivation world?
走吧。
Or just the cultivators?
Please mean in general.
世家
Yeah.
哎，等等等等，找他们做甚？尊贵的韩光君，并非为某人抹黑你，出来办事，你没有我真的不行。哪有你这样打听的？
Did we get like
什么呢？
the music direction for Pee Wee's Playhouse on this? What's going on here?
与其问仙门世家，不如问平民百姓。嗯，瞧，送上门一个。这位小哥，麻烦问一下，这附近有没有什么怪事啊？
And besides the arm, right, it's right there.
手短手根，这多奇怪了。
你看我们长得像坏人吗？
I don't know. Did this to get an arm?
不行，
Would
长得那么好看，像仙人。
Hot people
这就对
don't tend to be
我
evil.
们就是仙人。伏魔降妖除祟的。
不用不用，送给你们了。
都说了别怕，就问问你，这附近啊，有没有什么鬼宅、荒坟、分尸之类的怪事？
没得。
嗨，再好好想想吧。10几年前到现在，总有一些异常的。
啷个说起来，确实有一件。
啊
That apple?
小苹果，你怎么在这里啊？
I guess, although I don't remember Apple having that tuft of hair.
你也想我了是不是？
Of
你这个
course.
小没良心的家伙！
Oh, I was seeing
Ellie
the
Fairy,
core
yeah.
on the head is like a tuft of hair for some reason.
There she comes. I told you there was going to be an apple and fairy. There.
，Yeah, but what about the Jin guy on the
仙
roof?
子在这儿的话，那精灵和思追他们也来了。哎，孩儿们呢？
哦，今天早上我看到好几个长得跟你们一样好看的娃娃，说是。
Is everyone in the cultivation world like model? Is that what's supposed to be going on here?
Apparently, yeah.
有眉目。
They're not average people, I suppose.
他们去往何处了？
他们好想跑西城了。
Yeah, to say, the guy on the roof was not Jin Li.
那里人啊，专门做棺材、纸钱这些丧人玩意儿，10个里头有8个不是短命就是横死。我们差不多快10年没有看到过异城的人了，怕是都死绝了。
I feel like
破败成这
the
样，
thing that we were just doing and this have almost no connection. Clearly, it led us here. Yeah, this was like Final Fantasy VII shit. The mountain pass.
我只是被这妖物影响。不信啊，瞧瞧，早好了。要不要再给你看看？
I thought he was reaching down to pull up the bottoms.
不对劲，真不对劲。要在以前，你早就大呼什么人无礼不立，礼仪之始在于正容体、其颜色、顺辞令之类的。但这你变了。
Also, I've got that scar now myself.
刚才我只是听见了非人之语，这里青天白日，妖雾弥漫，这种程度，恐怕不只是风水差这么简单。
I guess he's not very good at flying in the sword.
精灵，
多谢韩光君出手相助。
来，
你怎么老缠着韩光君，阴魂不散呢？
我就喜欢缠着韩光君，怎么了？哎，我方才瞧你见着我也挺高兴的嘛。
别往自己脸上贴金了。 思追锦仪呢？
一进来我们就走散了。我本来想飞天上瞧瞧，可这鬼物碎气太重了，遇见都困难，更别说
Well,
清了。
I was thinking about two different people.
你们仨居然一起行动？
Back in episode 1, the first two Long Clan members that we met.
谁和他们关系
We
好
haven't seen those two in forever.
要不是追查那该死的猫尸案，谁要和他们一起？
啊，可不对心的小朋友。
我就出门夜猎，天天晚上门口被钉一具猫尸，一路追查到了岳阳，才碰到他俩的。
都是被猫尸引去岳阳的。
在岳阳何处发现猫尸的？
一个墓园里，那一族10多年前被一夜灭了门，只剩当时出门在外的家主长平和几名族人侥幸逃脱。后来长平直接将宅子修成了墓园，可是我们去查探究竟时，
所有的墓都被起尸了。
坑很陈旧，怕是好几年前就空了。岳阳常氏全家被人中恶灵，活活吓死不说，死后还要被
I can't figure out if I'm supposed to be connecting all this stuff together or if it's all its own individual incidences.
又是修轨道的，
不然还能有谁？当地人还说是夷陵老祖干的。
并非夷陵老祖。岳阳常氏灭门， 乃夔州薛洋所为。
薛洋，
Oh, of course, that
此
guy.
人与岳阳常氏上任家主长慈庵有过嫌隙，应是报复心情。
有仇报仇，可妇孺老幼都不放过，委实穷凶极恶。仙门如何处置的？
可记得怀苍山中，我曾提及过一人。
Yeah, that was
抓
something.
了薛洋，
正是。不过岳阳常氏家主长平反口，推翻了此前一切冤死，薛洋被放。
那完了，薛洋那性格定会报复的。那长平怕是也难以逃脱。
薛洋确实毒下了一名小星辰的至交，但长平双眼被剜身死，凶手至今仍无定论。
为什么呀？
长平死前，薛洋已被当时登位仙都的金光瑶处死，而杀死长平的乃小星辰的佩剑双花。
小星辰，
You know what I was saying before? Not all the interconnected stuff, just the stuff specifically about the sword.
Yeah.
Obviously, I wouldn't have no guess about all the interconnected names and shit there. That's something for the notes. Okay, dead shot.
什么嘛，只是个纸人啊！
方才不似幻觉。
呀，有尸体！这里也有。
并非凶尸，一剑毙命。
但也并非仙石，
Also don't seem to be Knee Clan.
尸身不腐，怕是和这妖物有关。没有练剑痕，并非修仙者，多半就是一城本地人。这是双花剑痕。
Oh boy. Here comes the electric guitar.
Yeah, like I said, I really appreciate it. Does something for me.
终于来了，就说了，这种鬼地方不可能没这东西的。
But are you going to be able to control them?
精灵，
好大的力道！
Don't know what that represents. Okay,
凶杀
never
之
mind.
人无惧无爱，
Well, it stepped over it. I don't know if it has to touch it to do something.
"不受我控制。不用，我来，帮我照顾下精灵。
好，
Well, implying that maybe these dead bodies all have those needles in them, or
Could be.
maybe they remade a Stygian Tiger amulet?
Or it was never destroyed.
Well, the implication is that he himself destroyed it. I suppose it could be unreliable narration.
但论轨道，我可是祖师爷。
这些凶尸，寻常除祟术法，无用。
这具凶尸，双眼被剜，岳阳长氏，长平。
Again, we've just been introduced to the Chan clan from this
Yeah.
point forwards, right? This episode. Okay. I've been pretty good about the board stuff, keeping track of other clans. It seems like odd that I would have missed something. That was the first time we've seen one fully formed.
Okay.
金宗主，
这位定是我的小师叔了，果然风华卓绝。哎，这位有
Seems pretty lucky that the guy that you're summoning is just related to all of you.
宋子琛，薛洋罪行滔天，金宗主为何一再庇护？
宁可冒天下之大不韪也要力保薛洋，这个不像金光山。
莫非险口传言为真，乱葬岗之意？那邪物并未尽毁，仍剩残片。残片在
So they got parts of the amulet.
而此人则能根据残片复原阴虎符。
So that face looks familiar.
此等无稽谣言，是对我兰陵金氏
卑劣之徒，还留他在世作甚？
聂宗主。
既然金宗主下不了手，
Okay, so he survives the mounds.
来替兰陵金氏除此祸害。
大哥，大哥先别急，等家主。
聂宗主稍安勿躁，此事我兰陵金氏自会给聂宗主，还有众仙门一个交代的。来人，押去死牢。
Or we can just handle him now and not let you have a guy who can put together the thing that you've been clearly wanting to have the entire time.
Yeah.
道长，你可别忘了我呀，咱们走着瞧。
Taoist.
Is this gonna be like Final Fantasy X2? They're like two characters that are like the main two characters who had this whole thing in the past. Because this very much feels like the 1,000 words music video from Final Fantasy X2, where we're just like witnessing a thing that's like mirroring.
平还真是双花呀。蓝湛，这个你怎么看？
未知全貌，
不予置评。我就知道你会这
I
么
don't know, we
说。
can make some assumptions.
不过我觉得
Yeah.
我那小师叔不像是手段很辣的主。可这长平和义城中的平民，确实死于双华剑下。
Now I have to suspect that Guan
有损，
Zhao
已无法
may have gotten Mingzhu killed.
此事相关联的就那么几个。薛洋死了，小星辰和宋子琛呢？
宋子琛被薛洋夺伤，双目失明。小星辰自挖双眼相救后失踪，宋子琛为寻小星辰离开，二人皆招魂无果，不知生死。
小星辰失踪是什么时候？
11年前，
He also called him a
见过
Taoist,
双
which is
天，受
interesting.
他人会师。
此乃小星辰成名绝技，除他以外，无人能识。
这个尸体最多9年的时间。
至少那个时候，小星辰还活着。
投放猫尸的手法，同莫家庄鬼手那次实在太过相似。岳阳长宅还有这里，必然有那幕后主谋，想要你我发现的秘密。
Well, I mean, obviously now we also know who the blind person is that shows up at the end of last episode, and I guess the end of this episode?
还有那个能复原阴虎符的血阳。要知世上凶尸，不是我控制者很少。
Because, I mean,
极大的可能，
remembering that,
这一城里
the whole are they alive or not thing really just... So did we like make a bunch of like paper decorations before we died? Like these things floating through the air. We must have made like 1 billion of these things before they all died.
蓝湛，
Oh no, I've seen this show before. It sucks. Don't worry, you can't go outside because weird shit happens to you outside, like your skin explodes and a bunch of like bugs and whatnot. It's like The Mist, but stupider.
你醒了。
That is not Jingling.
So weren't they standing next to each other in the next time on? Last time, not next time on, the last episode when this happens. Well, they say cultivator swords purify, so. Well, this is definitely going to be a notes thing. I feel like the problem here is I'm still like on. Well, I'm on like the last thing. Like, what's the mystery? Solving the mystery from the last thing. Now we're like, oh, you know what though? Let's just write that if it's done. And here's a whole other thing we're gonna go about doing now.
Yeah,
we just kind of like hinted at the at Zhao and their whole thing. Now we're gonna dive into that because reason. Cool, but what about all the other stuff we were solving for? Well, you can't really understand why the secret network of Diabolists would frame Wei Ying for this thing, and then after he's dead, do this other thing with the Jin clan leader. Unless you really understand the story of this other guy who we've only heard about for like 3 or 4 seconds before. Well, okay. Next episode of One Piece.
Yeah, they threw a lot of names that like rapid fire clans people. They're like, what are you talking about? I got lost.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm kind of following what's happening with the characters, but I don't know the characters' names and I can't remember them, so I can't refer to them to have a conversation with you about them. Like, oh yeah, that one who got poisoned and went blind, and then the other one wasn't a bad guy and blinded themselves, and that's the one we're seeing here is the other one, not the one who got poisoned and got blinded. And now we're not doing next time ons again, so or not next time ons, post-credit things.
Post-credit thing,
yeah.
Like,
so and then
we have and the thing, and then the
Ming Zhu wanted that guy
dead,
the guy who got poisoned and went blind, but then I can't remember the guy's name. The Jin clan leader decided not to because obviously he has the know-how to put back together the Stygian Tiger Amulet, which he has always wanted, so that's a good plan for him. And I got to assume he's going to be the result of why Ming Zhu gets killed, because we don't know how he dies. We just know he does die. And this is all happening after the Siege of the Burial Mounds. So these guys became very important after the fact of everything else. We're exploring the space of what happened in the 11 to 14-year span, which is great and all, but these are people we've never heard of before. Like the Chang clan is now a thing.
Yeah, Chang clan. Like, well, welcome to the party, I guess. So maybe your invitation got lost in the mail. I don't know.
So I mean, I can put it together. It's just why am I just hearing about this now, right? It'd be like, I don't know. My mind was about to come up with an example. There's no examples. I'm shook. I'm shook by the amount of information I was expected to pick up in a very short amount of time.
Right. Like you said earlier, you thought you knew what was going on, but what if we dump a truckload of new information at you?
It's different if this is like the first episode of the show, and it was like, okay, I'm expected to take on a lot of information because it's the first contact with it. But this is like, okay, I'm already like drowning. I'm already drowning, trying to figure out what's happening, and all I have is like, we don't even have like the remains of the ship we're trying to grab onto. It's like a door exploded, and I've got like the shrapnel of the explosion I'm trying to keep myself afloat with. And then it's like, okay, but what if your pockets were filled with cotton and wool? Cotton and wool absorbs water. No.
Oh yeah. That is not a good idea.
They're just adding a lot. So I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining because we have plenty of time to analyze this and try and figure out what's going on. But from the element of the reaction, sitting here and like trying to comprehend, I'll admit I'm not fully at 100% right now. my brain is like half it turning itself off. So it's like, that's a chain clan. I remember hearing that 5 seconds ago. And this guy, who's, I guess their colors are bright blue and gray. So
not to be confused with blue and white, which is clan sand, right? But also that was the same colors of the Spy Master as well, I think.
He was more white and blue.
Yeah.
His colors would be more indicative of being confused with the Lan clan's colors.
Yeah.
I remember we talked about that when we first saw him.
Yeah, that's
But then again, the other guy, Zhao, his colors kind of look like that too. And then imply that either the Spy Master could be Zhao. No, Zhao's blind. Zhao blinded himself. Spy Master has eyes. Could be the same clan, though. Whatever clan that is.
Yeah.
Clearly, I mean, what I meant to say when I was saying I'm not 100%, motivation was not something I was picking up.
Yeah. It seemed like it seems like a side story that is like, by the way, have you heard about the long dead cowboy from that away? I'm like, yeah, but I'm in New York City. What are you talking about?
No, it ties into everything. I understand that it ties in. It's just I don't know what the connective tissue now is. It's like we had enough to establish a tie between what happened back at, say, Nevernight and what's going on now. Tenuous, possibly a lot of it was made up by us, but there's enough there that we were like, okay, if this is this and this is this, then there's a possibility that the bridge here could be this. And it's like, no, in fact, there's a whole second act taking place between these two things that you're going to have to understand. You know, it's like when you're playing old school games and you've got like 4 CDs, please insert disc 2. Well, this is like when you keep inserting, okay, now insert disc 3. Now, okay, wait, now insert disc 1 again. It's like, okay, wait, what do I go back to disc 1 for? We're back in that. We're in Act 3, but we got to go back to disc 1 because bits of that we haven't seen yet, and that's due to the nature of jumping back and forth in time that we haven't seen that happened after Wei Ying died. As per we're back in episode 1 essentially, where the narrator's talking about what happened after Wei Ying died, and before we start the episode with the Mozan Yu, we're back into that. That's what disc 1 is.
So color me confused.
As I said, it is stuff for the rewatch to come back with notes to apply it to what's going on now.
Yeah, I have to be a very careful rewatch to make sure. Probably not going to get a lot of notes, but the notes that I get are going to be like, and what about this? What about this? And we thought about this? That's the first time we heard about this. This is curious.
I don't think it's going to be that complicated in rewatch. It's just complicated now because we're doing it live. Well, obviously, the only note that we have is confusion, so there's no reason to keep going on about that. So I think all that remains to be said is that once again, I have been Theta. This has been Lessons. We've been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?